Sometimes the bomb might explode without any warning. Sometimes the bomb might explode without any warning. Sometimes the bomb might explode without any warning. Sometimes the bomb might explode without any warning.
Check. Check. Yes, sir.
Hey, pretty baby, what's your name? What's your number? I'm about to talk to you. Get your phone ready. So you say you're looking for a real man who can take you out to see other lands, other lands. Somebody who can feed you lobster and shrimp every day of the week. Cause the bread is thick and money is no ish when you're filthy rich. Wanna know one thing.
Hey, Cashin, Familia, we're back again with another edition of Cashin with Cam. Let me know if you're here in the comments. Sound off. It's gonna be one hell of an episode. Let's cash. If you've been here all year, you know the deal. If you're new to the program, we're here to cash. No ifs, ands, or buts. No shoulda, coulda, or wouldas. This is a show with great picks and even better rankings at times. If you're here, tell your boy what's up in the chat. I know E-Dog's got to be here. McCurley. Let the people know you're cashing. How's everybody's week going? At least give me that. I hope everyone's having a swell week. Bit stormy out, so if we lose connection, it's on Mother Nature this week, not on your boy. As my dog tears down everything I own and love. Go. Just part of the show. Anyway, welcome to it. We're going to get into the rankings here shortly. If you would like to call into the show, 601-706-9771 is the line, and we welcome all callers. I know I expect a call from Big Ticket as the Buffs have won again, and I expect a call probably from Jack Mazza as well. Maybe some other brave callers will call into the show today. I wanted to get us started on just a positive note, get the vibes going in here, and I want us all to watch this in awe as this man assaults this harmonica. Just an all-time performance right here in 3, 2, 1. Can you hear this? Let me turn it up. Big boy here. Whoa. That is unreal. Is nobody commenting? Do I have comments turned off? Somebody text me if you're trying to comment and it won't let you. Hold on, let me see. Is no one commenting, or is it it says I got chat rate. Hold on, let me refresh my daily dad. For some reason the chats aren't coming through, Famil. I don't know if refreshing there just screwed up the whole thing or not. It might have. Might have to restart. I don't know. I'm trying to make sure I see you all. Oh, did it stop it? Or are we good? Is everybody in here? Yes, oh God. Now I see you all. Mulvey, what's up, baby? Reed's here. Ethan's here. McCurley's here. All right. All right. I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it. All right. Sorry, boys. I was struggling there to see my fam commenting. How about that harmonica solo, eh? Unreal. Unreal stuff. What's up, fellas? What's up, Cashin? Famil. I'm glad we're all here. Vibes. Unreal vibes so far. Are those actually notes? I don't know. I don't know what the harmonica is capable of, but I think that large man pushed it to its limit. So my day got, yeah, that's right, Reed. So we're gonna get into the rankings. If you're new to the show, the rankings are simply that. I pick a topic. Last week's went terribly, terribly wrong. Not the best topic. Hand up on that one. It was the 5 worst assumptions one can make, and honestly, it was probably a bad assumption on my end to assume that was going to be a good ranking. So, hand up on that one. If you haven't already, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and let's get right into it. Vegas Knights over 6.5 pick of the day. Who do they play, Ethan? Who do the Knights play today? Into the rankings we go. All right. This week, hot topic of discussion. We're back on the food. I try to mix it up and get off of food every once in a while. But this week, we're back on the food. Can everyone see what I'm shaking with right now? There she blows. We've got the top 5 tailgate food rankings. Yeah. So, haven't done a ton of tailgating this year, but when I think about my tailgate plate, I always go to these items, and I want to lay out where I'm at, and this is actually pretty close to the order that I put these items on my plate, okay? And it's not limited to these items, okay? I'm Mr. Unlimited when it comes to tailgate food or food in general. But these items are near and dear. They're what I'm looking for at the tailgate. And they're basically the aura in which I am trying to encapsulate while at the tailgate. Let's see. I think he knows how to play the harmonica. Yes. Assume the position. Yeah. Top 5 coworkers. All right, Spencer. Ducks. The Mighty Ducks. Yeah. Out on the Smokies. The rest you'll let's slide. Captain Rodney's dip is, that is an elite dip. Something about a cold Captain Rodney I don't quite like, and on a crisp November evening, possibly, I'm not sure that Captain Rodney's can hold up in those conditions. It's not a weatherproof dip, whereas your sausage rotel stays in the crock pot, stays nice and warm, and then your corn dip is meant to be cold, served cold. So, let's just go through the list here. Also, for my Oxford friends, I do have the South Depot cup. You're welcome. Just an ode to the delicious Mexican food in Oxford. If I'm late on the chat, for some reason it's just not going for me, so I have to refresh. But I will catch up in just a moment. At 5, we've got the corn dip, the cold corn dip. You get the Tostito scoops, and you have a good time. Okay, you have a blessed afternoon with the cold corn dip starter. Maybe there's some diced jalapenos in there. Maybe it's just your standard. Either way, it is delicious. And it's a great palate cleanser, okay, for the rest of these that we're going to be talking about and going over, okay? So let's see. Buffalo chicken dip over everything. Come on, man. Buffalo chicken dip just doesn't have anything to it, in my opinion. I think the cream cheese takes away from the flavor that could be buffalo chicken dip. Now, do I hate buffalo chicken dip? No. Is it there in the top with for me? I don't think so. Good point about the dips. Thank you. That was very well calculated, I think, on my end. Gotta have Rotel. I concur. And yes, the chicken nugget tray is essential. That's why I've got the chicken nuggies. The thing about a chicken nugget tray is you're back and forth, right? You're grabbing a beer, couple nuggies. You go back in for some more Rotel. You grab a couple nuggies, right? You're about to go to the game. Nuggies in hand. That's why chicken nuggies has to be the elite S tier on this list. But the Little Smokies, and I understand, okay? Little Smokies are, at most times, disgusting. Would I ever make them at the house? No. Would I ever have them casually? Absolutely not. But at a tailgate, there's something about the barbecue sauce curdling a little bit, you know. There's something about that little pippity pop, okay, of the barbecue sauce kind of getting a little molassesy, a little thick around those little guys. And you plop them on your plate, and what happens? The barbecue sauce expands on your plate. That's giving you sauce for your sliders, okay? It's giving you sauce for a potential deer sausage. Maybe you dip a nugget in there. I wouldn't go as far as to do that. I'm still, I'm not a savage. But the Little Smokies, although would not have them in a regular setting, at a tailgate, I think the Little Smokies are essential. Chess Squares is a good pull, McCurley. I didn't really factor in desserts here. A lot of times at the tailgate, you buy a cookie tray, you get a brownie tray, and you're set. Can I put the boudin call out? Now, I'm an andouille man, okay? I like an andouille over a boudin, boudin, however you want to say it. But I haven't had it at an LSU tailgate. I'll say that. Would it be my first grab at the tailgate? Probably not. But again, I haven't experienced the real Tyga's boudin. All right. Have you tried jalapeno popper dip? Again, I'm not huge on the cream cheese, I gotta say. I'm not interested in drinking several Miller Lights and ingesting a lot of cream cheese. So that's not really my bag, I gotta be honest. But I think it's a valid dip, and I would like the spiciness. Pro tip for anybody who likes spicy, if you go to Five Guys and you decide you're going to spend the $30 on the burger, get the raw jalapenos on there. Something special about a raw jalapeno on a burger that we just don't often do. The snappiness, you get a couple seeds, it lights you up 1 second. The next one has no seeds, a nice mellow spice. Go for it one time if you want to spend the money for the Five Guys burger. I know it's well overpriced, but sometimes you treat yourself to, can we say it's a better burger than you would get at like Wendy's, or probably not. But boudin, Yankee. I tried, brother. Boudin. What did I say? Boudin. Sorry, brother. No desserts on the list. Yeah, I thought the Tigers liked corn dogs. The Tide ate all the boudin. They did. They gobbled that stuff. Pause. My apologies, Knight. That was tough. All right, then I got the sliders. All right, we're talking pulled pork sliders. We're talking, if you get a smash burger slider, that would be an elite treat at the tailgate. I don't see that often. What you're normally going to see, right, is the ham and cheese with like the buttery poppy seed type thing going on. I don't really know how to describe it. Some real staunch mustard on those guys. And I got to say, they always hit. Just nice. Just nice, honestly. You know, you don't want a full sandwich. You're at the tailgate. You still need the finger food type thing. But you house 2 or 3 of those guys. You've got a full sandwich worth of slider in you at that point. An elite dish at the tailgate. A lot of times the main course. But then we move into really, we're at another level, and that's the sausage rotel. Must have sausage. If it doesn't, it's fine. Okay, it is fine, but that takes it down a notch to me towards the end of this list, to be honest. The sausage makes it. The sausage truly makes it. Let's see. And then, yeah, we've already discussed the chicken nugget. If you get a Cane's, you know, if you go Cane's, maybe you do Cane's instead of the Chick-fil-A tray. But the Chick-fil-A tray at the tailgate really is MVP, right? The Chick-fil-A tray at the tailgate is MVP. At 11 a.m. kickoff, the chicken minis tray, MVP. Really no disputing. I think Chick-fil-A really cornered the market. Are the little Smokies in a blanket or in the sauce? They're in the sauce. Talk about a grab and go. Snag a beer, grab a slider ahead of the game. Roadie slider, yes sir. And you can stuff slideys in the pockets, okay? You can have a snack in game. Free snack. Big Ticket's present seems appetizing. Big Ticket, when are you going to call in about the Buffs? 601-706-9771 to call into the show. Pretty sure I have my thing pulled up, so we should be bueno for that. Pizza seems wrong for tailgate, but I can't figure out why. I agree, and I thought about putting pizza here. Pizza's just a nice to have, I feel like. It's not a must-have, and it's not something that, you know, is going to get the people going at the tailgate. We all have pizza at different occasions, right? You know, maybe your work had a big year, you know, all-time sales, and they host a pizza party for the crew, you know. Friday night, you don't want to cook. What are you getting? Pizza. So when it shows up to the tailgate, you're not mad. You're not angry at the pizza. But it's not something that's going to jump off the page, all right? It's not going to be something that really puts up numbers at the tailgate, although it will be consumed. Let's be honest. The pizza will be consumed at the tailgate as we get our first caller of the evening, if it will answer.
Big Ticket.
Big Ticket. You're on Cashin, brother.
Hey, it's your boy Big Ticket with the 7-2 Buffs. What's going on, Cam?
Roll, Buffs, roll.
That's right. You know, Buffs Nation, baby. We're gonna go all the way. We have a very real path to the Natty.
It is a path. Yeah, there is a path. What is the Buffs like saying? It, like, you know, you got Roll Tide, you got Hotty Toddy, you got Hail State. What is the Buffs?
If you really want to know, it's F 'em up, go see you.
Oh wow, that is just
not. This is a family show, but you know
that is not Spencer appropriate.
But,
sorry, Big Ticket.
No, but the truth is, you know, do swear words really count in the stadium? I don't think so.
No, absolutely not.
But no, exactly. So, but yeah, no, the Buffs, they're trying to F them up, you know, all the way to the top, all the way to the Natty.
So tough test this week with Utah coming into town. Utah without Cam Rising, as we know. 4-5, so they're not great, but it seems like they're still going to be able to hang around, possibly. Are you nervous for that one?
Yes, you never want to underestimate Utah. They're always pretty solid, have a kind of track record for being, you know, playing some football over at that school, you know.
Yeah.
So they're kind of known for they're a tough competitor. And frankly, they're kind of the last speed bump in my mind. I know the Rock Chalk Jayhawks are kind of heating up, I hear.
They are.
But, yeah.
They beat Iowa
And Oklahoma State. Yeah. But I ain't going to lie, I haven't seen a school. Well, we got Oklahoma State after that, but, I haven't seen many schools with the word state after it that have really won,
Oh, wow.
Much this year.
Ricochet shot.
So
Ohio State.
Yeah. What state has won?
Penn State, Ohio State.
Yeah. That's true. That's not terrible.
Okay. Kansas State beat Colorado.
Well, that was Colorado never loses by more than one score. And they should have won. Shedeur decided to throw a Hail Mary when they went for it on fourth. But Shedeur is back in my good graces. He went into enemy territory and kicked some butt. He signed a tortilla. He autographed a tortilla.
That's big time.
So that was kind of a highlight.
So let's talk about the Buffs' path, right? So they have to beat Utah, Kansas, and Oklahoma State, as we called out there. BYU plays Kansas this week, and I'm actually picking the Rock Chalks in that one.
No way.
Yeah, I think Kansas might get it done. I really do. So we'll see, but I don't know. We'll see. But
I don't think they're going to get that done unless the game is on Sunday or something, and none of the
Mormons don't show up.
BYU folks are playing.
Yeah,
they may not even show up, but
there's a chance.
I don't think KU. I mean, if they were playing basketball or something, I could see that. But
just you wait. Just you wait.
I don't think. I don't believe.
Wouldn't you be rooting for that though?
Yeah. It would be good for me, but I also don't want the Jayhawks to be, riding high like that either.
Okay.
They got to stay humble.
Well, the path for Colorado is to win outright and to win the Big 12 championship. I don't think you get in any other way. Yeah,
unless there's some sort of, loophole.
No, there's no loophole. There would just have to be a lot to shake out. Like Georgia would have to lose to Tennessee and to Georgia Tech. Ole Miss would have to somehow lose to Florida State. I think there's a lot of things that would have to go the Buffs' way with losing to Nebraska. So
I'm just saying, if you got a little bit of conspiratorial lean in you at all, it's all about ratings. It's all about ticket sales. What are you going to do in this tournament without the Buffs in there?
Yeah, well, we've already got our Go to Hell Buffs in the chat. Alex said start a timer.
Man.
Too many people in the stands asking the rules of football to have a chant for the Buffs. Pretty tough for the Buffs fans.
The Buffs, they're the real deal. And just like Deion Sanders, I know what it's like to have haters, and really, I believe in the Buffs, and I think Buffs to the moon. So,
okay,
let's keep cashing, but I'm just saying, you better jump on the Buff bandwagon now because it's going all the way.
Train's leaving.
I'm getting a new flagpole in front of my house, and I'm putting that Buff flag high.
Well, now all your haters know what house to look out for.
That's right. Well, yeah, I am armed, but, I do have so, keep that in mind.
Okay.
I'm not your average Boulder resident,
I got you. Okay.
Keep the Thule. Yep.
Keep the Thule on.
All
right. Go Buffs.
Yep, that's right. All right, go Buffs.
Yes, sir.
Bye.
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 That was Big Ticket for your weekly post-Buffs win talk. Big Ticket under the impression that the Buffs will go all the way. Time will tell. I do agree with Ethan. Really, the only way the Buffs make it is going to be if they win the Big 12 championship. So there is a chance that two Big 12 teams make it in, right? If BYU goes undefeated, gets to the championship game, and Colorado knocks them off there, possibly, I guess you could see both Colorado and BYU in. I don't know what the committee does with that if BYU at that point wouldn't get in. They're not valuing the Big 12 or ACC really at all, just based on the rankings that came out yesterday. And we'll go ahead and get into those as we speak here. Cam Rising for Heisman 2025. Dude is going to be NFL age. I mean, he might be my age next year. Kamala D's. Yeah, classic. So 601-706-9771 to give your take on the college football playoff. To talk about last week in college football. Yeah, Bama destroyed LSU. Ole Miss destroyed Georgia. Tennessee flattened Florida. And Tennessee teabagged Mississippi State. Miami loses to Georgia Tech. Yes, Reed. BYU remains undefeated, squeaked by Utah on the road. Texas destroyed somebody. I don't remember who Texas spanked, but they got somebody good. Or did Texas play Florida? I can't remember which one of the bigger teams beat. I think Texas beat Florida. Tennessee beats State. Ole Miss beats Georgia. Bama beats LSU. Miami being at 4 is not the ranking read. It's the anticipation that they win the ACC championship. So it's not really that they're ranked at 4. It's that they're anticipating Miami winning the ACC championship, which would give them the automatic one of the first 4 seeds. And so that's why they've got Miami at 4 and why they've got BYU at 3. You notice there's not another ACC team in, although they do have SMU at 14 and they have Georgia at 13 after the Ole Miss loss. Am I just dark right now? Where'd we go? Still showing good. YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. Can you guys see me? What happened? Uh-oh. Somebody comment if you can see me. We're in the throes of Hades right now. They're trying to stop this programming from going out. All right. Cool. So yeah, Miami is at 4 only because they anticipate that they will win the ACC championship. BYU, same deal. And right now they're projecting Texas to win the SEC championship game. So that makes sense to me. Scenarios for this playoff, right? They've got Indiana at 7. Indiana's got to play Ohio State still, but Indiana will have 1 loss at that point if they were to lose to Ohio State. The question would be then, does Ohio State get in with 2 losses to Oregon and Indiana? You'd have to think that Indiana at that point would play Oregon in the Big Ten championship. Both of those teams would get in. That would be Oregon's first loss if Indiana were to win. And it would also be Indiana's first loss if they didn't lose to Ohio State. So I think worst case scenario for the SEC would be if Ohio State beat Indiana and then they beat Oregon in the Big Ten championship, because I guess they're going to put Penn State in. Penn State has proven to no one that they can win a big game. James Franklin poos and pees his pants every time they play in a big game. But it seems as though they're going to put Penn State in. I definitely think they're overvaluing the Big Ten, but they're super undervaluing the Big 12 and ACC, or maybe like accurately valuing them. So, it's kind of hard to call. This list, though, does indicate that the committee cares more about quality wins than bad losses, probably, right? They've got Ole Miss in with the Georgia win, Alabama in with the Georgia win, and Tennessee was going to be in either way. The Notre Dame thing kind of leaves me scratching my head. Does anyone know if there's like a rule for independents to get in if they have like a solid record? There might be some kind of like loophole or something that the independents have to get in with like a good record. I can't remember. Some people have said that, but I don't know. Reed asked, is IU real? I mean, we ask that question every week, and they continue to not only win games but cover games. So I would say they're real for now. They might get blown out against Ohio State. I think it's in the shoe, so they very well might lose that game by 1 million. But if they compete in that game and they lose, I think they're still in the playoff. And I think Oregon and Ohio State get in either way. So that's certainly 3 Big Ten schools. And then I don't know who else Penn State has on their schedule. But I could see Penn State just making it, regardless. Whereas Army, if Army beats Notre Dame, they have a very good shot, barring victory over Navy, right, to get into whatever slot that is that Notre Dame has right now. And they play in this week or next. I think next week. So that'll be telling. If Notre Dame wins that game, you got to think they're in at that point. Again, why I'm saying I don't think they really care about bad losses. Obviously, Notre Dame has the worst loss of any big school this year with the loss to NIU. But I think, I was a little hesitant to think beating Georgia would get Ole Miss there just with the way they're valuing the Big Ten schools. But the way Ole Miss won, I think, is what has them there right now. And let's just give Ole Miss credit. Defensive line was ridiculous. Now, not to take away from the defensive line, but Carson Beck just stood in the pocket. I mean, that guy, we got to start wondering if Carson Beck can play football. He looked like he had an extra chromosome at times. He looked really bad in that game. I think all the interception talk got to his head probably because that guy would not just throw the ball. He wouldn't throw the ball. And, got to give Ole Miss credit. Really bad start to that game with Dart throwing the pick, getting injured. And then they came back and dominated Georgia. I mean, the offensive line played well. Guys were running wide open, though. They really were. There were times in that game where Dart was throwing to green grass. Like, there was nobody around the receivers in the middle of the field. I don't know if Georgia just was not prepared. Maybe they didn't see enough from Ole Miss, but we're pretty late in the season. And Ole Miss receivers were running wide open. I don't really remember Ole Miss gashing them in the run game, but they didn't really need to. And I thought Dart played well, but I mean, when guys are that wide open, you would hope, he's going to hit them. But yeah, that was a defining win for Ole Miss. Again, not here to hate, giving Ole Miss props. I think what might bite them in the foot or the arse, if you will, is the fact that that's really their win, right? That's really their one win. Arkansas, not really a great win. And I don't even think we consider losses at this point because I don't think the committee is really taking into account Kentucky or LSU. Also, LSU, I mean, Ole Miss won that game, right? They lost at the last second. So, I think if you're Ole Miss, you really want Tennessee to win this weekend. And the reason being, if Tennessee wins, Georgia gets the third loss. They don't have that third quality win because Georgia's got Texas, right? If they beat Tennessee, they'd have Tennessee. And then, like it or not, I think they would equate the Clemson win in the first week as a good win, probably a better win than what Ole Miss has on their schedule. So if I'm Ole Miss, if I'm an Ole Miss fan, I certainly don't want Georgia to win. Cheers, Andy. I certainly wouldn't want Georgia to win this weekend against Tennessee. The early line is like 9.5 for Georgia, so Vegas is super heavy on the dogs this weekend at home to beat Tennessee and just cause more chaos, honestly. But if you're Ole Miss, you want Tennessee to win. I think at that point you would climb probably, or maybe stay the same depending on what Tennessee does. But if Georgia gets that Tennessee win, I think it just muddies the water even more. And I think Georgia at that point, who's going to be in the SEC championship is the real question. Chance for there to be quite the cycle of losses. Yeah. No, I don't think Tennessee's quarterback is out. I think they knew they were going to kill State and they just took him out. But we'll see. He might not be healthy. So I mean, that would definitely hurt Tennessee's chances. And Tennessee has really laid some duds this year, especially on the road, right? Arkansas, it'll be interesting. But like I said, if Georgia wins that game, I think they fall into Ole Miss's spot. I know that there's no justice in it. I don't think. I mean, you beat the team, you should be ahead of them. But I think if Georgia wins, that's their third really, really two high quality wins, right? Texas and Tennessee, and then the decent win against Clemson. I think that puts Georgia above Ole Miss as backwards as I think it seems. Just judging off of this ranking, that's where I would put them, based on what the committee's showing here. Because I mean, Bama's got a pretty bad loss in Vandy. Now Vandy's not as bad of a loss as in years past would have been, but Bama's going to make it. The Bama bias is always going to be there either way. So Bama's going to make it probably regardless. They've got Mercer this weekend. Go Bears. But yeah, I think Bama's in there. The loss to Tennessee shouldn't matter to the committee. And then the win against Georgia, they destroyed LSU. And then they've got Oklahoma and Auburn to finish the year. So they're in, just showing what they're at right now. And Alex asked who's going to be in the SEC championship game. I think it's going to be Texas. Texas has A&M at that's their last game of the year, which is going to be a rivalry game between those schools. So, I don't know if that's one where you throw the record books out or not. I don't know the last time they played. But Texas has Tennessee left. I'm not sure who they have before them. But I think they have a homecoming game or something next week. But I would say that it's going to be Tennessee, and it's probably going to be if Tennessee beats Georgia, it's going to be Tennessee. Or did I say Tennessee? It's probably going to be Texas, right, at 1. And then it's probably going to be Tennessee if Tennessee beats Georgia. I think that's a definite. And then if Bama keeps winning, I guess you'd put Bama in. Oh, crap. Oops. I answered on the wrong thing. Whoa. Whoa. Jack. Oh. Oh. Oh.
Hello.
I gotta hang up. My eardrums. Holy crap. Oh my God. Oh my God. Ouchie. Holy balls. That hurt worse than you guys. I don't know if it hurt you guys. That hurt me to my core. Oh, it's doing it again. Holy shit. What is that? All right, we're not answering that call. Oh my God. That was insane. I don't know what just happened. Jack, I'm sorry. I don't know. Let me see if I can play some music and it work. Something's wrong with my thing. Wow. Ah! All right, my thing's broken. All right, nobody else call in. Holy cow. That was brutal. Sorry, guys. Sheesh. All right, I got to fix that. Holy ball sack. That was brutal. Just comment. Sorry, everyone. Yeah, that was bad. Holy moly. If Tennessee and Texas both lose, you have 5-2 loss SEC teams. God, my eardrums are broken. I don't know what just happened, so we'll have to fix it for next week. I need a producer. So bad, so very bad. So anyway, holy, I'm ringing in this headset. Yeah, Alex, if Tennessee and Texas both lose, you have 5 2-loss SEC teams. Yeah. I don't know what they do. It's the MSU gods looking out for us. Yeah, we didn't want to hear the Ole Miss hype train. Yeah, I don't know what that was, honestly. But anyway, we can talk about it next week if I get it fixed. Holy crap, that was brutal. Sorry. So, time to spam call. Yeah, just call in. Everyone call in. Record numbers calling in. Sheesh. Ole Miss SEC championship, not with the Kentucky or the LSU loss. I don't think. I don't think that's even a possibility at this point because Tennessee, even if they lose to Georgia, yeah, I don't think it's a doable thing. Maybe I might be wrong. I think Bama beat Georgia, lost to Tennessee. I think even if Tennessee loses to Georgia, they would get into the SEC championship still, since they beat Texas. Or no, they didn't beat Texas. Since they beat Bama and Georgia lost to Bama, I think that's what would happen. I do agree, though. I think Ole Miss does beat Penn State. They've already, when did they play? Like 2 years ago? I can't remember. BYU, yeah. Ole Miss would beat a lot of these teams. Boise State, probably beat Notre Dame. So, yeah. No one's denying Ole Miss is playing really well, and they're playing well at the right time of the year. So that's always what you want. I think Bama is as well. No team up there the Buffs could beat. I bet the Buffs could give Boise State a game, and we'll see if they give BYU a game. We'll see if it comes to that. Which then again, the Buffs might fumble the bag and just not make it. But yeah, very interesting college football playoff projection here. I think the team no one's really considering is SMU. I think if Miami and SMU get to the ACC championship game, and SMU wins, I think there might be a lot of upset people when they both make it. Like SMU would obviously be in, but I think Miami would probably hold on because they want Cam Ward in the playoff. I don't know for sure, but I could definitely see them doing that. But I think that would probably make people pretty mad because they'd get two ACC teams in just for representation or whatever, and probably still leave the Big 12 team out, but that would be one less SEC team. Some people think 5 SEC teams will make it, though. I don't know. Obviously, everyone's still got 3 games left on their schedule, so we can't say all this is like for sure yet. But I definitely think that it's going to be interesting down the stretch. I think Ole Miss wins out. I think Bama wins out. Tennessee and Georgia, obviously, this weekend is going to be super telling. And, you never know. Texas A&M and Texas might be a big one. SMU and Miami, yeah. I'm just saying it might happen. It really might happen. And you might have two Big 12 schools in there. I don't know. It'll get real messy if Colorado beats BYU in the championship and SMU beats Miami in the conference championship. If those two things happen, yeah, it's gonna be tough. Yeah, I mean, with them putting 4 in here, you got to think that they're at least gonna have some SEC bias, and we won't even call it bias. They're just valuing the SEC where they probably should be, right? I mean, it's a tough conference. Everybody beats up on each other. We saw it super early on. It's leveled out a little bit, but Ole Miss beating Georgia there, I mean, that was kind of a toss-up game, and Ole Miss beat them pretty good. Now, I don't know if Beck's going to come back and play any better. If he doesn't play any better, Georgia doesn't deserve to be there. And if the committee does like they did Florida State last year, even if Georgia's defense scores 3 touchdowns and they beat Tennessee and Beck still plays like ass, I would hope the committee would do what they did last year and not put Georgia in. Would they? I don't know. And maybe they would say the defense is worth putting them in. I don't know. But I'm just saying, if Beck doesn't play any better, Ole Miss should get in over Georgia even if they beat Tennessee. I mean, in my opinion. But you're going to have the 4 Big Ten schools. I just know that's going to happen. You're going to have the 4 Big Ten. It's only fair for there to be 4 SEC, I guess. So I know that's where the ratings will be, right? No one watches college football like the South, baby. So we'll see. It'll be interesting. We'll go back over it next week and break it down again. Into the college picks. Sorry no one could call in. Do I just have both NFL picks? Good. I didn't change it. Sweet. We're rolling on all cylinders right now. I've got Florida covering against LSU this week. Lagway might play. Backup might play. We'll see. But I think LSU is going to quit on Brian Kelly. I think they're done. Sorry, Hag. Tennessee, Georgia, I like it to go over. I think everyone's going to anticipate both defenses coming out hot. But I think for whatever reason, a little birdie told me it's going to go over 48.5. Iowa State -8 at home, 2 losses. They got to come back and get a dub this week. I got Wazoo and New Mexico over 71.5 because why not? And I got Kansas as your Lawn Dogs underdog of the week. Boy, is it rainy right now. Boy, is it not going to be rainy at some point. That grass is getting a little high. The leaves are getting a little tall. Call Lawn Dogs 601-573-0117 for all your lawn care needs. Kansas +3 and Florida. Throw Florida in there. Underdogs of the week. Then I got Arizona covering -1.5 at home for the brand. Into the NFL. Skins, Eagles, over 48.5. Thursday night points. Gotta have them. Washington overs have hit 70% this year. So I love that. And I'm going to hammer it. Jameis Winston, revenge game against the Saints. Browns +1. Gotta love it. Steelers at home +3.5 against the Ravens. Right? Wrong? Right? The all-time rivalry. Steelers-Ravens. Give me Russ and don't let him cook. Or the Steelers cover way easy. Steelers just look good, man. They just win. George Pickens, I think he likes playing with Russ. Just not, that combo is unreal. 311 records overs record last week. That's why we love the overs this week, baby. You got to break the mold, dog. Broncos minus 2.5. They got robbed last week against the Chiefs. Everyone hates the Chiefs. Onward to the Bills minus 2.5 because we hate the Chiefs. Give me the Bills minus 2.5, and then give me the Chargers minus 1.5. Sleeper team, the Chargers. They play a lot of defense. Herbie's playing okay, and Harbaugh's got the boys playing pretty well. So give me the Chargers minus 1.5. And I don't like that. I love it. I love that. But yeah, I think Bills Chiefs will be a big one. Steelers Ravens, always a classic. And then it'll be fun to see Jameis play the Saints. I think that'll be fun to watch. So I think he's gonna light up the Saints. I really do. But we'll see. Obviously, I'll be pulling for the Saints, but I'll put my money on Jameis to do it big and eat a dub against the Saints. All right, I'm gonna call it because your boy has got to urinate and the calling's not working, and I got to figure that out before the end of the night, or I won't sleep. Your boy's not gonna sleep. So anyway, we'll see you next time, and let's continue to cash. If you're out there and you're wondering, should I cash this weekend? What should I do? Should I just not even throw any money in the ring? Should I just lay back and let others cash while I don't cash? Absolutely not. You should cash along with the rest of us. So go cash this weekend. Send me some picks, and let's sweat some out together. How about that? Enjoy the rest of your week. We'll see you next week, and I will fix it, and we will talk about the college football playoff. Peace.